So welcome back if you're coming back, and welcome if it's your first time. And this next message is going to be for those who play games online. And there's this game of Dark Souls. And the message is that you can learn something from that game. I know it's dark, but still, there's something to learn from it. So, alright, let me say this up front. Dark Souls is not just a hard game, and it's definitely not hard just for the sake of being hard. If you've played it, you already know, and if you haven't, you've probably heard people say, why would anyone put themselves through that? But that question actually misses the point, because Dark Souls isn't about punishment, and it's not like I'm trying to encourage anyone to go and play it. No. It's just that it's popular and people are playing it, and they're playing it without being really conscious of what they are into. The game, it's about endurance. See, the first thing Dark Souls does is humble you, and then it drops you into a broken world. Doesn't explain much and reminds you real quick that you're not special. Almost, we can say, sadistically narcissistic, probably. And it has no long tutorials, no constant encouragement, no voice telling you you're doing great, just like other games. And honestly, that's what makes it powerful. You die a lot. But here's the thing, death isn't treated as failure, and that's a confirmation. It's treated as part of the process. Every time you die, the game isn't saying you're bad. It's saying pay attention. Pay attention to timing, pay attention to patterns, pay attention to yourself. And then there's this idea the game keeps coming back to: don't go hollow. In the world of Dark Souls, hollowing happens when someone gives up. Not when they die, when they lose purpose. And that's what happens in real life. So they're still walking around, still moving, but there's nothing behind the eyes anymore. The eyes look hollow. And that's when it starts to feel uncomfortably real, because we've all seen that, maybe even felt that. People going through life on autopilot, still showing up but disconnected from meaning of what life could give them. And Dark Souls doesn't judge that. It just shows you where that road leads. Now let's talk about bonfires. On the surface, they are checkpoints, but emotionally, they are moments of relief. You fight through chaos, tension, and danger, and then you see that fire, and you exhale. That's rest. That's recovery. That's the game telling you it's okay to stop, just don't quit. Because sometimes you need to rest. And something else Dark Souls does that really is interesting. It doesn't force a single right answer on you. The entire world is built around this question. Do you keep the fire going, or do you let it fade? Neither choice is clean, neither is perfect, and that's very intentional, because life doesn't give us pure options either. Sometimes all you can do is choose. To choose what cost you're willing to live with. And what Dark Souls really rewards isn't skill, it's patience. It rewards people who slow down, who learn from mistakes, who don't panic, who don't quit just because things get uncomfortable. And that's how life is. Patience. And by the end of the game, something strange happens, You realize the world didn't change much. You did. By the end of the game, you are the one who is changed. You're calmer, you're more observant, and you're more resilient. And without the game ever saying it out loud, It teaches you something simple. It teaches you that progress doesn't always look like victory. Sometimes it looks like survival. Sometimes it looks like getting back up quietly. Dark Souls isn't for everyone, and that's okay. But for the people it connects with, it's not about proving toughness. And this is where people get it wrong. They don't know this. It's about learning how to keep going in a world that doesn't owe you clarity. And maybe that's why it stays with people long after the credits roll. Because it's not really about the game. It's about what you learn when you refuse to go hollow. And I hope that helps someone. So I'll see you in the next one. Take care of yourselves. Till next time, with much love. God bless.